After visiting another doctor, Yu and Jungkook return home exhausted from the day's events. They head straight to their bedroom, the tension still lingering in the air after your encounter with Dr. Taehyung. Jungkook sits beside you on bed, cupping your face gently with both hands, his eyes soft as he speaks. Jungkook, you are 2 months pregnant. When Jungkook says his tone serious yet tender, you have to take good care of yourself now. For the baby, you smile at him, your expression playful and teasing, completely misunderstanding his concern. I know I have to look good for our baby will be beautiful, right? She says, leaning into the couch. Jungkook's smile fades slightly, realizing you're not taking this seriously. He brushes his thumb across your cheeks and sighs. No, wine, you have to eat good so our baby can be healthy. That's what important. You frowns your face falling, but Jungkook, I'm going to get fat. You protest your vanity slipping through as you place a hand on your stomach. You have always been overly conscious for your body, always dieting and working hard to maintain your figure. Jungkook jaw tightens, but he keeps his patience. It doesn't matter if you get fat while. What matters is that our baby is healthy, he says firmly, emphasizing each word. You need to give up your diet for the next 8 months. So you bounce, crossing your arms. But I. No buts, he interrupts, his voice more stern now, but still filled with love. Please, Ryan, do it for me, do it for our baby. You looks up at him, conflicted, but after a moment you sighs. Okay, you mutter reluctantly, giving him the protest. Jungkook smiles relief. Good girl, he says, ruffling your hair before standing up and heading toward the bathroom for a shower. As soon as the bathroom door closes, your smile fades. You roll your eyes, irritated that Jungkook is forcing you to eat more than you want. Grabbing your phone from the nightstand, you dial your dad's number, already knowing exactly what you are about to do. The phone rings a few times before your father answers. Yes, baby. Daddy, Jungkook's being mean again. You whine, your voice taking on what spoiled tone you use when you want something. He's telling me I have to give up my diet because of the baby. Daddy, I don't want to get fat. Please tell him to stop forcing me. You complain, already picturing your father coming to your rescue. On the other end of the line, your father's tone immediately shifts protective and angry. What? How dare he? My princess doesn't need to give up anything. Don't worry, baby girl. I'll handle him. I'll talk to him right now. You smirk in satisfaction, pleased with your father's response. Thank you, Daddy. I knew I could count on you. I love you. You are the best. Your father's voice softens again. No, you are the best, baby girl. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I'll call Jungkook right now and straighten this out. Okay, Daddy, I love you. You chop, hanging up on the phone with a content sigh. You lie back on the bed, stretching out comfortably, knowing that your father will give Jungkook a good scolding makes you feel smug. You close your eyes, deciding to take a nap before Jungkook finishes his shower. You don't want to deal with him when he inevitably comes back angry. As you drift off to sleep, you can't help but smile, feeling victorious, even though you know you should be thinking about the baby. Your own desire still comes first in your mind. For now, though, you are content to let your father fight for you. After some time, Jungkook steps out of the bathroom, a white towel wrapped around his waist, his damp hair falling messily over his forehead. You, pretending to sleep, immediately close your eyes tighter, sensing the tension in the room. Jungkook glances at you but says nothing as he walks to the mirror, grabbing another towel to dry his hair. As he stands there, his phone rings, vibrating loudly on the dressing table. He picks it up, glancing at the screen, and groans internally when he sees the caller ID. Yes, Dad, Jungkook answers the call, already knowing what's coming. On the other end, your father's voice booms through the speaker. How can you force my daughter to eat, Jungkook? Your dad yells, making Jungkook grip on the phone tighten. He knows exactly what happened. You, as usual, had called your dad to complain, not thinking for a second that he was only trying to do what was best for you. Jungkook glares at your back, his eyes darkening with frustration. You're still pretending to be asleep, but he knows better. Without another word, he storms out of the bedroom, needing to calm down before addressing you directly. He steps into the hallway, his voice low and controlled as he speaks to your father. Dad, she's pregnant. Jungkook begins trying to keep his temper in check, is a baby inside her. Baby, have you ever heard about her crazy diet? She's only been eating one meal a day. After it, she just lives on green tea and dry fruits. That's all she eats. Your father turns soft and slightly, but he's still defensive. But she sounded really upset, Jungkook. She's my daughter. You need to take care of her. Jungkook runs a hand through his wet hair, exasperated. I'm taking care of her, dad. But you are blinded by your love for her. I am her husband and I would never hurt her. Everything I'm doing is for her good and for the baby's health. She can't keep up that ridiculous diet and expect to have a healthy baby. There's a pause on the other end of the line. You're right, but you shouldn't order her around like that, Jungkook. You need to make her understand with love. Jungkook exhaled sharply, his patience waning. Thing. Dad, I never yelled at her, okay? But she's so self-centered that sometimes I have to be tough with her, or she'll never think about the baby. All she cares about is her figure. I'm trying to protect our child here. Your father sighs, realizing the truth in Jungkook's word. Okay, fine, you are right, but still, you have to find a way to make her feel better about it. Jungkook's frustration only grows as the conversation shifts. By the way, what did the doctor say? Your father asked, sounding more interested now. Jungkook rubbed his temple, feeling a headache coming on. She said but before he can finish, your father interrupts. You didn't take her to the doctor, Kim Taeyong. Jungkook clenches his jaw, already dreading where this is headed. I did take her there, Dad, but she refused treatment. Almost half of the Korea has somehow wronged your daughter in her childhood, so of course she refused to go through it. Your father's voice hardens again. Jungkook, she's my daughter and she will go to the Dr. Kim's clinic. This is about my reputation. Do you understand? Jungkook blinked shocked at the sudden shift. Dad, what the hell? This isn't about your damn reputation. This is about her health. Don't push me, Jungkook. If you don't take her to the Dr. Kim, I'll cut your salary in half. I swear to God. Jungkook's eyes widened in disbelief. What? You can't be serious right now. Why do you always pull this shit? This isn't some this isn't some business deal, Dad. This is our family. Your father remains unbothered. Do whatever you want, son, but the baby will be delivered at Dr. Kim's clinic. That's not up for discussion. Jungkook tightens his grip on the phone, his knuckles turning white. Fine, I'll take her there, but understand this, Dad. If I have to be tough on her to make her think about the baby's health, I will. Your daughter has a mindset of a spoiled 16-year-old, and I'm not going to let her put our child in danger. There's a long pause on the other end before your father finally concedes. Okay, fine, but please, Jungkook, don't be too harsh on her. She's still my little girl. Jungkook groans in frustration. Dad, I'm not trying to be harsh, but she's driving me insane. Your father chuckles slightly, finally backing down. All right, you do what you have to do. But once the baby comes, I'm not going to tolerate you scolding her anymore. Understand? Jungkook smirks, shaking his head. Deal, he says before ending the call, feeling a small victory, though the frustration still lingers. He stares down at the phone in his hand, his mind racing. As he heads back into the room, he knows you're awake, still pretending to be asleep. He'll deal with you later. For now, all he can do is hope that somehow you will start putting the baby needs before your own. But knowing your stubbornness, Jungkook isn't holding his breath. On the other side, at Taehyung's home, the atmosphere is thick with tension as he and Yuki arrive together after a long day at work. The SUV rolls to a stop in front of their house, and as the engines cut off, Yuki is the first to step out, her mood icy. She strides toward the front door, ignoring Taehyung entirely, frustration simmering just beneath the surface. Taehyung shuts off the engine and gets out, watching her retreating figure with a mixture of annoyance and concern. He hurries to catch up, his long legs quickly crossing the distance. Yuki, he calls after her, a teasing smile creeping onto his lips. I am your boss here. You will call me sir here, huh? Yuki mimics his tone, throwing her arms dramatically as she hurls her purse to him. So madam is angry, he quips, leaning against the door, plainly the casual confidence. No, I'm not angry, she retorts, her voice dripping with sarcasm. I'm just overjoyed that my boyfriend decided to yell at me today. Taehyung sighs, stepping closer to her in an attempt to calm her down. I am sorry, Yuki. You know how stressed I get at work. He reaches out, hoping to pull her arms into his arms, but Yuki yanks her hands away, crossing her arms defiantly. And you take out your frustration on me, she snaps. Why Taeyong? And who was that girl calling you your ex-boyfriend? Her voice drips with suspicions, her eyes narrowing as she challenges him. Taeyong exits slowly, trying to keep his composure. So it's not just anger, it's jealousy too. Taeyong, tell me who she is, Yuki demands, refusing to back down. With a resigned eye, he takes off his coat and flops onto the couch, pulling her into his lap as he does so. She resists for a moment but then settles into his embrace, unable to resist. She was my one-hour girlfriend in high school. Taeyong explains, his tone more relaxed now. You don't need to be jealous of her. Yuki raises an eyebrow, still not fully convinced. Why did you break up with her? She's beautiful, she probs. Beautiful but not my type, he replies, his fingers brushing her hair back gently. She's a spoiled child of a billionaire. You know, I like someone who works hard, someone like you. Her heart swells at his compliment and she can't help but smile, playfully smacking his chest. Promise me you will never yell at me again, she says, her voice softening. Taeyong, at home, I promise never, he assures her, achingly, though I'll try. Yuki leans into him, contemplating the weight of her unspoken feelings. Taeyong, she starts hesitating as she navigates the delicate topic. Why can't we tell everyone about us? He stiffens slightly at her questions, the tension returning. Because that's my workplace, Yuki. I don't want any drama spilling over into my professional life. He says, his tone firm. Yuki looks down, biting her lips to suppress her frustration. She knows this conversation always leads to a dead end, but it doesn't stop her from wanting more. She wants to make family with him, to build a life together openly, but every time she brings up the young demon shifts. His anger bubbling just beneath the surface. She replies quietly, choosing to drop the subject for now. Instead, she cuddles closer, her mind racing with thoughts of their future. Taeyong is everything she's ever wanted, smart, caring, and fiercely protective, but she can't shake the feeling that they're stuck into a limbo. And it's starting to weigh on her heart. Taeyong senses her shift in mood, glancing down at her. Hey, he says softly, brushing a thumb across her cheek. Don't worry, I care about you. You know that, right? Yuki notes, forcing a small smile to her lips. Yeah, I know. She trails off, feeling the familiar pain of longing. I just want what's best for us. He gives her a reassuring squeeze, leaning in to plant a soft kiss on her forehead. We will figure it out, I promise. Just give me some time. As they sit in comfortable silence, Yuki leans into him, her body seeking his warmth as if by instinct. Taeyong, sensing her nearness, shifts slightly, turning his face towards her. His gaze darkens, no longer just soft and comforting, but laced with something deeper. Something more urgent. His fingers trails up her arm, leaving a headed path in their wake. Yuki breathes at the change in his touch, and she looks up at him. The young eyes flick down to her lips, his grip tightening on her waist. He leans closer, and before she can respond, his lips crash against hers. The kiss starts slow, but the hunger quickly builds.